Hello there, racing fans. This is the part of the video where we normally do a little bit of recap from the previous week's race, but don't really want to do that this week. But we will, just to be official. Last week at Diamond Ridge, Randy R3 won the race. Randy R3 had the pole position. Randy R3 is the current point leader. Whatever. All right, just wanted to come on and wish you all a Happy New Year. And can we stop with the fireworks, please? All right, anyway, Happy New Year to y'all. This is the final event from 2006 at Lakeside. And want to congratulate Ronnie Armalat, number 45 Armalat, on bagging the overall 2006 championship. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's go to the video.
Hello once again, race fans, and it's time for another Formula Rock highlight video. It's round number 8 of season 7, and it's our first visit to the Lakeside track. It's been on the schedule several times, but always has been bumped in the past. But this time, we actually made it to the race. It's the holiday week between Christmas and New Year's, but surprisingly, we still had 13 drivers show for this event. Pretty impressive. All right, has missed a few races in the last couple of weeks, but number 5, Escuba 1, is going to take the pole with a blistering 121.546 mile per hour lap. He will bring the field down to start the race, and this is one of those tracks with the very late green flag already crossing the line before it comes out. Escuba 1 brings us down, and he is leading on the opening lap. Followed by Johnny Cass. Third is Prez, Castman, wearing the cast from the operation a couple of weeks ago, still running in third on the opening lap. As we come through the twisty, tight section, this is a very small racetrack, sort of like racing a dragster in your backyard. All right, then you're looking at Taz Jr. 8 in the number 8 car, the Rock Racing vehicle, running in 4th, with Snake Oil right behind him in 5th, DVD in 6th, as we come around to clock off the first lap of, you know what, I can't remember how many there were. Going to have our first little incident here. Little tap in the back end. Our brand new, just crowned 2006 overall champion Armalat goes for a little rollover. Appears to be okay. All right, back out front, Escuba 1 is leading the event. Johnny Cass, who had the fastest time in practice, is right on his gearbox as we come through the S's. Whoa, getting a little loose. Oh, and he tags the wall. That's RPM on lap number 2, but he keeps it going. We discovered after racing here, the officials here have a little problem paying attention. We'll get into more of that later on. You're looking at Tucson 4, who had very few laps during practice, but Tucson 4 in the Kodak Max ride, running on the track in the early stages, near the back, just seeing how things go. Randy R3 on the racetrack, the current points leader, running in 6th place, just playing it cool, being patient, hoping things fall his way. We'll see if that works out for him at this race. Johnny Cass, meanwhile, like I said, in 2nd place, trying to find a way by Escuba 1 and take over the lead. Passing very difficult on this track. It is very narrow, very tight, and a very short track. So it's all about the patience. You're looking at DVD now running in, I believe that's 6th. So that would put Randy R3 7th, DVD in 6th. Okay, we've got our facts straight. DVD a few laps later coming through this tight SE corner. Looking good in the American flag ride as the race continues. And now we're looking at number 53, Road Warrior, racing with RPM. Whoa! RPM makes a kind of an optimistic pass. Road Warrior sees him, moves over, lets him go, doesn't want to have an accident early on. But one person not so lucky with that is going to be number 58, Mark B. Oh, and that's a huge, huge accident. He'll have to call the tow truck on that one. No yellow flag on this. You're on board with Mark B as this crash takes place. Everyone's looking at the flagman. Where's the yellow flag? Hello, driver in a big flip. No yellow flag. Race keeps going. We're going to have to work on that one with the flag people. Obviously an issue. Anyway, 2006 overall champion crowned when he took the green flag. That's all he had to do. Armalat with the points lead. And now you're looking at 60 Dixie Dan. Had very little time on the racetrack. Whoa. Gets off into the grass. But don't be embarrassed, man. A lot of guys are going to end up out there, my friend. All right, it's side by side. This is the battle for the lead. Oh, he gets pinched off on the outside. Prez dives low. Prez will take over the 2nd place, dropping Johnny Cass to 3rd. As we continue, you're looking at, like I said, Prez in 2nd place. The battle up front, it's like I said, tough to pass. So things are continuing. You're on board now with 4th running number 8, Taz Jr. 8, with the obviously 3 lead cars up ahead of him. This is what it looked like to GT on the racetrack in the early stages. Mark B coming out we're going to illustrate the pit lane dumps you right into the main line of the racing, the preferred line. It's such a dangerous pit exit, and we're going to have issues there. So Pay attention. A couple laps later, DVD off the track, slams that shell crash wall against that dirt barrier. He's going to have, whoa, Randy R3 just barely gets by. DVD is going to have a fuel leak, and that car will be actually out of the race from that little crash. But that does actually bring out a yellow flag. Tires, a serious issue on this track. Tire wear about 10 laps, and you needed new tires, so any chance the driver got to pit, he's taking it. Staying out on the racetrack to pick up the 5 bonus points, number 8, Taz Jr. 8 will pick up those 5 points. As Mark B, now a number of laps down after a long stay in the pit stops, lines up behind him. All right, the field is coming down for the restart. Should have had 3 or 4 restarts by now, but like I said, flagman not paying attention. All right, green is out. Taz Jr. 8 with the lead up through the kink into turn 1, which would be this corner right here. As we continue on, you're looking at RPM, who's running right behind Snake Oil in 4th place after pit stop shook out. RPM looking for a way by, and the field running together nose to tail. Right behind Armalat, coming to the end of the first restart lap, you have number 60 Dixieland on the track. All right, the battle for 3rd. This is number 9, Perez on the track, but he's got an infraction. Something to do with the pace car. He's got to do a drive-through, and that's going to drop him to the bottom of the leaderboard. Something happened to a Scuba 1, not sure what it was. Looked through the replay, couldn't find it, but he's at the back of the field as well. So something must have happened during his pit stop, but he's slowly trying to work his way back up through the field on a track that's hard to pass. There you go. That should be interesting. Out front, though, number 8, Taz Jr. 8, coming through that uphill corner, which makes the right front of that car go light. Tricky corner. All right, running in the top 5, Snake Oil in the number 17 ride, coming down. Well, actually, he's running in 2nd place. There you go. Couple laps later, RPM, a little too much speed here. He's going to slip off the track, brush that wall. Not too serious. Going to lose a couple of spots to, I believe, Johnny Kaz and Randy R3 before he gets moving again. But a half a lap later, Randy R3 knows it's bunched up, so he's trying to keep the pedal down. You can see him leaving some rubber, trying to keep him getting hit in the back end, but not going to matter. He's going to get clobbered in the back end anyway. Car is going to end up on the racetrack and upside down, and no yellow flag. That'll be a long tow and a long stay in the pits for Randy R3. Meanwhile, coming out of the pits, number 9, Perez. This is what we were talking about, this dangerous pit exit right in front of Tucson 4. That will take Tucson 4 out in a big, big accident for Perez. That pit exit is terrible. You're on board with Tucson 4, driving along, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, boom, there's a car just in your face before you have a chance to react. That ends Tucson 4's day way too early. Really, really dangerous pit exit. All right, back on the track. Taz Jr. 8 still with the lead. Snake Oil still second. They're opening up a gap on 3rd place a little bit here. On this driver right here, number 68, Johnny Kaz. Whoa, little fishtailing action there. This track is hard to get right. I don't care how good you are. This track was really hard to get right. Scuba 1 now up into the top 6. Working his way through the field, doing a good job. Of course, a lot of guys are falling to the wayside from crashes. Speaking of that, your newly crowned 2006 overall champion, a little fishtail, little tail happy, off into the weeds, but doesn't hit anything. He keeps it going. A little bit later, you're looking at RPM running behind, it looks like a Scuba 1. He's on the grass. He's going to slam that dirt barrier. Not too, ooh. It'll be a short day for RPM at this track. The car will give up the ghost. All right. Taz Jr. 8 trying to stay wide and let Snake Oil go. Gets on the grass, a little snap spin, loses 2nd place, drops to 3rd, but he keeps the ride moving. All right, your new leader now, Snake Oil, coming through, or coming up the hill and onto the back section with the lead. Randy R3, after 2.5 minutes, is finally out on the racetrack. In last place, about 4 laps down. That was a costly bit of contact on the racetrack for the point leader. All right, Perez illustrating that dangerous pit exit once again, back on the track as well. All right, we've had no yellow flag. Well, 1 yellow flag, but this one for Road Warrior slams the wall pretty hard, gets stuck on that, well, bounces over that dirt barrier. That one brings out a yellow. Apparently, it's a judgment call for the flag people. That brings pretty much everybody into the pits. As we said, tires a serious issue at this racetrack. Everybody taking on, not that many people taking on fuel, mostly taking on tires. All right, we're getting ready to go green flag racing once again. Snake Oil with the lead. Looks like RPM is still on the track at this point, as the green will come out sometime here. Oh, there it did. Now it's out. All right, we're racing. Snake Oil with the lead. That's RPM in second place. Johnny Kaz in third. Randy R3's lined up fourth, but like I said, he's 4 laps down in 10th or 11th or whatever it was. All right, Snake Oil trying to put an outside move on RPM. RPM goes to the bottom, slows down, lets second place go, or the guy in second place go. That moves Johnny Kaz up. Whoa! That's Taz Jr. 8. Ooh, heavy wall slapper for the former leader of this race. Car's got a little damage, but he keeps it going. There he is. And see, he's still going, like I said. This corner is evil for a lot of people. It makes the whole right side of the car lift off the ground. Dixie Dan's up in the weeds, just checking the plant growth, but everything's cool. He keeps it going, loses a couple of spots, but no damage to the car. He will continue. You're looking like, as I said about 500 times, your 2006 overall champion on the track. And now it's a Scuba One in his brand new handy number 5 ride in the top 5 after dropping way back early on, and I don't know why. All right, then. We're looking at Prez. He's way at the bottom of the leaderboard now because of the, well, a couple big wreck didn't help. Same problem. The right side gets light, slams that outside crash wall, and he's going to high center on the thing, and that's going to be another tow truck call. It's an ugly race night for Prez. And there we are looking at our friend Armalat racing. Well, this actually isn't for position. The Scuba One is in the top 5 behind him. Armalat's trying to illustrate it is very hard to pass. He's trying to get out of the way, finally moves to the inside and lets the Scuba One go. It's really hard on this racetrack to move over and let anybody go by. It's so narrow. Tricky, tricky little racetrack. Dixie Dan, this is not gonna be good. Big wreck up into the fence. He's trying to get back on the racetrack now, and he's gonna high center on that dirt embankment right about here and become a human teeter-totter. And that's a tow truck call for Dixie Dan as well. And he will not finish this race also with car damage. Anyway, back to your leader. Snake Oil's having his mirror filled up with Johnny Kaz. It goes off into weeds. Saves it though, keeps it in a straight line, but oh, it shoots across. Oh, slams that wall. Trying to get going. Oh, slides across the track the other way. And, well, if you're going to hit walls, make sure you hit all of them. That way, you know, no wall feels left out. So nice going for Snake Oil there. And now, as I said, that right-hand corner that lifts the right hand of your car up is going to get a hold of Armalat. He's going to slap the crash wall. And he's going to high center on the crash wall as well. That's another tow. Tow trucks are busy. Yellow flags are not coming out, but the tow trucks are really busy. Not sure what's going on. Anyway, your leader at this stage, Johnny Kaz, in the cat ride. But we're starting to have serious issues with our flag people by this point. Nice little passes. It's not for position, but Taz Jr. 8 goes by the inside of Prez, who stays wide and lets him go. This is not for position as well. This is Snake Oil in third. He's going to get on the rumble strip, slide right across in front of Randy R3, and the Scuba One both avoid. Everybody continues, and just another issue. Randy R3 staying left to let the Scuba One go. Well, Scuba One stays on the left side as well and gets into the back of Randy R3, trying to let him go, but, you know, miscues happen, and, you know, R3's already 4 laps down. It can't really hurt him, can it? All right, Armalat in that bright orange car. Whoa, getting out of the way for Prez. Not a battle for position. By this point, it's hard to tell who's where. And, of course, Armalat is into that fence again. This time, however, after a long pit stop, he doesn't have to make a pit stop. He can continue. That fence is not your friend. Up into the top 6 now. Road Warrior, who started towards the back, just running careful, taking it easy, is into the top 6. If you look at the front on Mark B's car, it's pretty folded up, but he's actually in 7th position at this stage. Was well down, a couple laps down. All right, Randy R3's made a pit stop. He comes out. He's staying wide to let the cars that are going fast go, but he's going to get hit in the back anyway, and he's going to get spun into the weeds yet again. Ugh, and that hay bale. R3 now up to 8th place at this stage, still many, many laps behind. All right, 4th running Taz Jr. 8, gets on the grass. Quick little spin. That only harms your pride, doesn't harm the car, and continues. As you can see, all of these incidents are happening on a racetrack like this one, and just no yellow flags. We believe we're going to have to put forth some more. Whoa! Dixie Dan way off the track. Slaps that hay bale, keeps going. Whoa! That was close. Yeah, we're going to have to put forth a motion that no flagman can smoke crack anymore at Formula Rock events, because the yellow flag has just disappeared, and here comes a good opportunity for a yellow flag as Snake Oil snap spins down the front straight, does everything except clobber that crash wall. Well, okay, now he did. Still no yellow flag. Unbelievable. All right, you don't think Johnny Kaz is trying hard? Looks like he is to me. Well out front by this stage. But pretty soon he's in for a late race. Well, towards the late race pit stop for Johnny Kaz and those ever sanded off tires. Into the top 5 now. Row Warrior. As we said, he had one little off-track excursion. He's back on the track. Pit stop's ending. That's Taz Jr. 8 back on the track, staying wide because that's just the most dangerous pit exit in the world. Seconds later, Scuba 1 goes a little deeper, but there's nobody there, so no contact. Well, the leader goes by. Wow, it's close. All right. Very difficult. I'll see Randy R3 going to the inside. Doesn't hit anybody, making the pass into turn 1. The Scuba 1 trying to stay out of the way, goes too far out of the way, clobbers that hay bale, but the car is not badly damaged, and he will continue. Seconds later, though, Armalat goes up the inside of Mark B, but then drifts wide. Mark B's trying to avoid a little contact, and it's going to be an upender for Armalat. Ouch. And guess what? No yellow flag. In fact, hello, Pitts. Are you going to do anything? Going to do anything? Apparently not. Maybe all the flagmen have gone home. Not sure. All right, Row Warrior off into the weeds, running in 5th. Oh, no, just keeps it off the fence. Just a little harm to the pride. Doesn't lose a position. Still in 5th place, Row Warrior, but decides it's time to go into the pits for new tires, more fuel, and a change of underwear. All right, things are starting to go bad for for Taz Jr. 8 by this stage. Another little snap spin. People are starting to get tired. Randy R3 now up to 7th place. Still many laps down. Gets out of the way, lets Snake Oil go. That's not a fight for position. And we continue on. Alrighty then. Taz Jr. 8, as I said, things are starting to go bad. Car's not handling as well. Whoa, gets a little clobber there. Let's take a look at Mark B on that one. Slowing down, trying to miss Taz. The Scuba gets into the back of him. That's a wall slapper. That's alright, that car is pretty hurt anyway. He continues on. He is in 6th place right now, but now he's on the same lap as Randy R3, and he pulls into the pits here. Randy R3 realizing if he gets on the gas, he might take 6th place. Okay, maybe getting on the gas a little too much, but if he can floor it, he might be able to move up into 6th before this race is over after running last after the wreck. Anyway, back to Snake Oil. He's running in 3rd place. He's off into the weeds. A long, lazy slide. Nice little loop. Brings it. You know, if you're going to crash or you're going to have an option, do it with some style and grace. That's all I'm saying. All right, Armalat, same corner. This corner just doesn't like a lot of drivers. This time, Armalat keeps it off the fence. He's dropped well back in the field. Randy R3, on the other hand, despite being wrecked several times, a long tow of 2.5 minutes, getting the car fixed, will still bring that car home many laps down in 6th place. All right, then. You're looking at Snake Oil, running in the top 5, gets on the grass, wallops the crash wall that time. Comes down right in front of a couple of cars. No, whoa! That was close. Let's hop on board with the Scuba 1. He's running behind Randy R3, although not for position. Comes around the final corner, and there's just Snake Oil. Hello. Nice, evasive move by Scuba 1. You can see Taz's car is all beat up. The wings all bent, not handling. Goes off the track. Oh, man, wallops the crash wall. Again, as we said, it started going bad for Taz Jr. 8 late in the event. But he's still moving. And, of course, no yellow flag. We don't have to bring that up, do we? So here's your top 5 finisher. Row Warrior running a quiet race. Just taking it, being patient and being smooth. That's going to net him 5th place when this race is over. 4th place, despite hitting pretty much everything on the racetrack. Number 8, Taz Jr. 8 will bring home with a fine 4th place. The man who actually did hit everything on the racetrack, except the start-finish line tower, Snake Oil, still manages to bring that car home with a fine 3rd place. 2nd place, despite going way to the back after the first stop, and I'm not sure what happened. I need to talk to Scuba and find out. Anyway, comes back up through the field and bags the runner-up spot. Nice run for a Scuba 1 on this racetrack. But the guy who was the class of the field, your winner, Johnny Kaz, on the last lap, his iPod connection has popped out of his dashboard. He looks down for just a second to plug it back in. Final lap, huge accident. Has not crossed the start-finish line yet, but he has an entire lap on the field, so we'll get to that in a second. But here he is, your 2006 overall points champion, scored more points than anybody else throughout 2006. Number 45, Armalat, also our reigning Season 6 champion. So anyway, besides the fact that he had a lap on the field, the race will end with the leader sitting in the pits all busted up as the cars are still running. This has never happened in Formula Rock before. So here it is, your final race results. By the way, folks, next week we're off to Oulton Park. It'll be our third visit to the British track. We love that place. And now it's time for the R3 Motorsport or R3 Video 2007 little logo. And you'll notice what I say it wrong.